How's it going, people? Salmon Slapper here, and well, just thought I'd inform you, and this just popped up on the front page, that there is planned maintenance for Thursday. And this is going to be between 8 and 9 AM BST, which is British Summer Time, which is GMT +1. No idea what the American version of that is, but it's easy enough to look up. So yeah, just thought I'd tell you that. Make sure you're not bossing or anything and lose all your shit, pretty much. But one other thing I did find out, which I just come across randomly, is, well, there's a post in the future game updates, and it's about the Elf City, and they're asking for drop tables, what you expect from them, whatever. But the other thing I came across was the Elf City design documents, and they're quite big, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, thought I'd cover this. For those of you who maybe haven't been watching the videos or something like that, cover quite a few things, plus it's easy enough to find if you just go into the forum, you can always have a look there. Either way, the Elf City is a high level Varrock-like hub aimed at players with level 75 to 99 plus in number of skills. The city will be launched in 2 batches, with the Grandmaster quest being released in the months leading up to batch 1 as a separate update. Completion of the quest will be required to access the city. In the first batch of updates, the Tower of Voices will be added, the Eye of Earth, which is Slayer and Melee, the Gadan clan, which is Ranged and Magic, the Treherne clan, which is Mining and Smithing, and the Cirrus clan, which is Farming and Woodcutting, will be coming out. The second batch will be the Ithil, Amlov, and Hethin and Malia. And this is Construction, Crafting, Divination, Summoning, Agility, Prayer, and Dungeoneering and Herb Lore. So there we go. The city is located on platforms above a large crater, with the player be able to see buildings and farms far below them. In the centre of the Elf City is the Tower of Voices. This is the main trade hub and location of the lodestone. It also contains a fragment of Seren on the upper floors. The Tower of Voices will be the access point for many players. Large concursors run from the Tower of Voices to the 4 cardinal directions. Each clan will have its own logo as well as colour, which will decorate their clothing, buildings, stained glass windows, and the tower. The colours are based on the colour wheel used in the previous Elven quests. So getting access to this place, you can do it in a couple of ways. It'll be one with the lodestone, which will be at the centre of the city. You can go by foot, which is literally to the crystallised gates, and you can enter it from the south or the east. There's also a spirit tree which will allow you to access, a gnome glider which you can access, and a fairy ring which can access it, as well as the crystal teleport seeds. So honestly, there's a bollock ton of ways to get there. So yeah, should be quite simple to get to, and may actually replace Varrock as like the main hub, which is kind of nice. So things they've already got in there at the moment is an Elf City lodestone, 2 banks and a Grand Exchange booth, smaller than in Varrock but contains 2 bank tellers and 1 GE teller. Also offers a teleport to the Varrock Grand Exchange if you want it. Grand Exchange Herblore Decanter, a challenge quartermaster, permanent bonfire, chance of generating a fire sprite, and offers a random chance of keeping a log during fire making. Chronicle cache in NPC, acts identically to the World Wake Shrine, and Solomon, much smaller in size than Varrock. Also, a Yuan style loyalty store will also be in there. Some new stuff they're going to be chucking in is a teleport hub with 4 portals. The portals teleport to the following places. One will take you to your player owned house portal, one will take you to Sinkholes and Dungeoneering, another to the Clan Citadel, and another to player owned ports. Honestly, quite awesome. Crystal Tree Farming Patch will be level 94 farming. The player can place a crystal acorn, a rare item only gained from the Elf City, in a new farming patch that is level 94. The acorns will be tradable. A grown crystal tree will gain sparkling crystal blossoms. The player can harvest this crystal blossom once per day, but the blossom is only visible occasionally throughout the day. This will be the same across all servers for all players. So players will need to collaborate to communicate when the blossom is present. The tree's cooldown for blossom plugin is daily, so a player should gather 1 crystal blossom per day. The intention of that is planting and checking the tree generates quite a large chunk of XP. Upon checking the tree, the player receives a crystal blossom, which is an ingredient in high level combination potions in the Melee segment of the city. Next is a crystal Enchanter and a Pawnshop NPC. Standing in the area is the Ilfine, a crystal enchanter who can re-enchant the player's crystal items for slightly less GP than you currently can. This also includes the crystal items from Crystal Singing. There'll be 5 divination NPCs located there as well, and they'll be in the Tower of Voices. When a player places a divination location within this area, a divination NPC will begin to harvest from the location. The divination NPC will generate items from the divination location as if a player, but will not contribute to the gathering limits of the player. So yeah, not bad, gives you a little bit boost. For the 16 skills focuses in the Elf City, there will be a chance that the player receives a golden rock. The rate of receiving a golden rock is equal to the rate of a conventional Shattered Heart rock. The same rules apply to the Elven Shattered Heart statue as with the Morok. The player must collect 2 rocks from each skill, 32 in total, and then apply the rocks to a statue base for XP boost. Also, it'll give you a higher rate of XP than your typical Morok statue rocks. The included skills are the 16 skill focuses of Elf City. This will be melee, ranged, magic, slayer, mining, smithing, farming, woodcutting, construction, crafting, divination, summoning, agility, prayer, herbal, and dungeoneering. Once the statue has been completed 32 times, it will return to life, revealing the story of how she became a statue. The character will thank the player and become a permanent resident at the Max Guild, and no more golden rocks will be gained. Statue location will no longer be present in the middle of the circle either, making this a finite new Shattered Heart little XP boost. So yeah, not bad. So apparently on top of these towers there'll be a crystal chime which players can constantly ring, which will bang out a single musical note. When a chime is rung, all players on all other towers can hear it. This chime cannot be heard from any other location. Thank fuck for that, I honestly thought that was going to be everywhere inside Provinthus. That'd be annoying as shit. Right, so you got clan nobles. In the base of each of the towers is a clan noble. They'll be talked to for information on what the clan represents. The player may be asked to become an ally of any of the 8 clans. If they do so and they pay an amount of money, they can receive a cape in exchange, including the insignia of that clan. And these are the capes here. Does actually quite, it looks quite funky. I kind of like it, I'm going to be said. So you now have Clanwide Conduct. This will be Crystal Implants, which requires 9500. The implants can be found in segments of the city and in the Purpura minigame. The implants drop Crystal Teleport Seeds, Elder Tree Seeds, and Elven Shattered Heart Rocks, Crystal Acorns, as well as many other crystal items. Additionally, players will find 16 crystals around the city, 2 in each elven area, bringing them back to a memoriam reader in the Tower of Voices to view 16 separate lore fragments. 1 crystal per clan will be visible, or be in a visible location, available to the players to spot and pick up. These are finite and will disappear once they have been obtained. So, another thing is the Voice of Seren. Once an hour on the hour, 2 segments of the Elf City will randomly receive the Voice of Seren. The highlighted city segments are chosen randomly. When a segment is under the influence of the Voice of Seren, all XP in the region is multiplied by 1.2. There is also double the chance of getting a golden rock. The crystal implants appear more frequently. In addition, there is also segment-specific perks like fighting Iorithals generates a small amount of Slayer XP. Batch 1 is launching with 4 segments rather than with a full 8, so 1 segment will receive the Voice of Seren. Once Batch 2 is released, 2 segments will receive the Voice of Seren. There's also going to be agility shortcuts level 77. Each of the elf segments will include an agility shortcut that allows players to travel from the middle ring of the segment to the middle ring of a neighbouring segment. This will take the form of light creatures, among other things, apparently. But yeah, it should make going around a little bit easier and give you a bit of agility XP while you're at it. You can also unlock the titles from all of the clans, as well as Lorehound, the Statesk, Naragi, and the Famous. Yeah, that's document 1. There is loads of them on here, gotta be said. So there's 5 documents in all, and they're all pretty lengthy, and they should give you a good idea of what's going on, if they actually work. Which apparently, right now, some of them don't. But yeah, they're all pretty massive. I thought I'd cover this just briefly, just to show you what it's all about, in case you're actually wondering. If you want me to carry on doing this, then yeah, just leave a comment down below and I will cover the other documents as well. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget that the maintenance is going to be on Thursday, and it's 8 to 9 British summertime, so GMT +1, which would be, well, in GMT 7 o'clock, 7 to 8, so yeah, you can work on it from there. Either way, people, that's my quick little update. So there we go. Until next time, I will catch you all later. Have a good one.